Should be right about there. And he jumped out. No! How is that possible? Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Tinker77 and we are again on the survival multiplayer server, and I'm standing down by the storage area for the gold drops that are happening from the gold farm that's way up there. This thing is working fantastic. Let me show you. I've turned the sound down because it's really noisy, but you know, if you're standing right here, this thing is producing a lot of pigmen. And right now in this mode, they are just dying on impact, and of course it's being picked up and brought down into my storage system, which is great. There's also an AFK mode. If I hit this little button over here, they would bounce and we could hit them with the sword. But this is working great, and it wasn't working like this before, and I want to show you why. And to do that, we have to go down into the normal nether, and all the way down here, you can see that I have spent some time, along with many of the people from the server that helped me out, to cover the entire nether in the range of the gold farm with stone slabs. I had a lot of stone slabs in my big dig project for the big base, and so it felt like the right thing to do was to use stone. It almost looks like an ash, or like a volcanic ash that has gone over the nether. But what this has done is it prevents mobs from spawning, and so the only places where they can spawn are up there in the gold farm. So that is really cool. Now we have a big arrow here because we came out, of course, on the nether ceiling, and to get back, you kind of have to go right up to here, and that was actually a pretty good landing, which takes you all the way up to the gold farm. So this has worked out great. The farm is running fantastic, and we're going to make some more improvements today. One of the things that I want to do, actually two things I want to do, is I want to, first of all, get a Piglin Trading system based on the same video I posted yesterday, actually, that has the trading system for the piglins so that we can get all of their drops. And then below that, I'm going to have the storage system for their drops. So there's two things we want to do. So I'm thinking about making this kind of like a tower. Right here we have the storage for the, and I can zoom in now because I have Optifine. This is the storage for the gold. Below that will be the Piglin Trading. Below that will be the Piglin Trading drops storage. So I'm going to start to build up a room really quick for this room, and then we're going to go take a look at the Piglin Trading system. You may not have seen my Piglin Trading system tutorial video, but this is it, and this is what I want to build. I might make it a little bit longer with more storage for the piglins, but this is what it looks like, and I'm trying to come here to figure out a height, because I imagined that this would be in the floor. So if we had some sort of slab here, let's go with this. This would be the floor level, so it kind of would stick up, okay, the chest would. And then from there, we have, how many blocks do we have going down, with this being my floor level, okay? So that's where I want to stand on, and actually, I probably would want to go a little bit lower. So maybe we'd even do it like this, as being some lower slabs, right? But anyway, basic blocks of space we need to have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks worth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks worth of space for the next level if we use the floor of the previous level as the ceiling, which I plan to do because the chest is right there. So I'm going to go gather some resources up to build this and build up a little bit of a chamber for this, and then we'll see how this goes. I've created an area now, and you can see these little rectangles, and obviously I've got some spawning problems here, which I'm going to have to correct. But basically there are going to be 2 layers here, and right here you can see that this is where the chest would be from when I craft gold nuggets from here. So they're going to go down in here, and then below here, can I get down here pretty quick? Nope. This layer here, the second layer, would be where we have the Piglin Trading. Okay, so this is the idea. It'll be down here, and then below this will be the storage for that. And of course, I'll have ways to get between layers. Now, there might be something here where I may only get 3 or 4 of these, and I may extend this in that direction. I don't know yet. We'll have to see about that. Let me put some stuff up here to make sure that they can't spawn. That's the first thing, I think. Might as well use the gold. So we did, and we now have pressure plates all along the top here, and it looks kind of cool, and it will keep things from spawning. Now, of course, we'll fill in this roof when we get a better design, but for now, this works out really well. Okay, time for me to build that Piglin Trading system. I came back to my base to get some resources, and there was this tripwire, and it looks like there's a bunch of these all around, and if I go into this, apparently there are fireworks that were set off here at my base. Let's see, that one's kind of neat. Look at this one. There's some green and yellow and white like stars. And over here is Red, white, and blue, and that looks like Fruity Pebbles. Yep, that's basic cereal here in the U.S. And some just write some blue and white. That's pretty cool. I don't know who did this. I suspect it was Momcrafter, but that's okay. That ticking sound you hear is just the dropper system for the mob farm. I don't care because I'm never really there to hear it. Anyway, I'm gonna go down and get some more resources, redstone and things, so we can build up those Piglin Trading systems. I'm on my spectator account so I can show you what I've done here. In the time lapse, you saw me make 4 of these Piglin trading stations, and I decided I want to have an odd number like 5. And the reason why is, if you look here, you can see there's 5 there. Up here, if you look, this system, which basically pushes the items down into a central area and then goes down and across a filter, is something that I want to use, or something very similar to this. And since it has a center line, and it's an odd number, I thought that's what I want to do over here. So I'm going to do that. So probably what's going to happen is, and I haven't figured all this out yet, I'm just doing this on the fly, but all of the drops will go into some sort of chest right here, which is like a buffer in a way, which will feed into a dropper below. And then we'll use these sliding little staircase type ideas to push the things down to the center line and then out across a storage area. Okay. So that's what I got to figure out now. I might go over into a redstone testing world and do that in just a few minutes. Now, the other thing is that because I went a little bit longer here and things were a little bit offset, this whole entire area, as you can see here, will need to be expanded, and that'll be okay, because I think what I can do is I can expand the room to what I want it to be, the right size. And then I can actually put in more of these filters, because I have a lot of space for filtering other items that I didn't use. Okay. So I think I could just do that just as well. I want to get the piglins into their trading chambers, but I don't have any other minecarts but this one. So I'm going to take this one here, and hopefully we will use this to get piglin into the trading centers. Now, I have been using this little block here to get up. I really should have brought scaffolding over. I didn't, and I don't feel like going all the way back to my base. So I'm just kind of winging it with blocks that I have. Now, I made a platform over here, and you can see there's also a rail there that they can go, and they're kind of stuck. They won't be able to go very far. So my goal here is to just kind of wait and see what's going to happen, and see if we can get some piglins in here and then get them into a minecart and renamed. And then we bring them over here and drop them down a chute, and then we should have it, and just repeat and rinse, you know, or rinse and repeat. Is that how it goes? I don't know. I'm just saying stuff. Anyway, I'm going to get started until we get some piglins. So a piglin has spawned in here. We're going to name him, and of course we're going to name him subscribe. And if you're not a subscriber, you should be. You should subscribe right now. Anyway, so now that he's a subscriber, we're going to try to get him onto a minecart. Now I've created a rail here so that hopefully he can get caught on it. If we just get him close to the edge, he should be picked up by the machine, and then we can then move that over to the track that's going over to the bins. There we go. Okay, so let's get rid of this right here. Okay, excellent. And now he picked that up. Did you pick that up? Or did I pick that up? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go this way here. Okay, so now we're going to put down a powered rail and that. Okay, and we're going to put this back here. Now, that should give him a little bit of a boost, and he should go on that direction. So let's see if we can do that. There we go. Okay, now we don't have enough power here because we don't have a some sort of redstone block. Well, let's see here. Let's do this. And let's power it right here. It should power that line. That's pretty good. And there he goes. And, of course, he gets stuck over here. And that's fine. I don't mind pushing him in a little bit. We'll get him into that little spot there, and he should go all the way down. Let's see. And then we only have one minecart. So I have to be very careful and get this minecart on the other side in just a second here. Come on. Go. Go. Get down to your little hole. Come on. And there it goes. Okay. So now let's go on down here. Okay. And he's inside his little spot. Okay. And there we go. Now I'm going to go in and look at hitboxes. Okay. And see if I can get this minecart. Should be right about there. And he jumped out. No! How is that possible? How is that possible? What the heck? Okay, well, we're going to do this again and try to figure out why that happened. That's not fun. Thanks, guy. You really ruined my day. With Donut's help, I was able to get the piglin into the trading booth. And then I spent some time here trying to look at spots where they could get out. I wanted to put some solid blocks here, so I did that. So hopefully they won't come out through these corners. And also you can see there's one. If you look right through there, there's another block over there. And I don't think he can get out because there's this block there. It's an air gap. So I think all of the spots are good as far as keeping them inside if I hit the minecart. So now I'm going to work on getting the other 4. And hopefully we get them in here and keep the minecart moving along so that we get all 5 of these set and ready to go. Number 2 looks like they're in place. I have to see if I can get the minecart now. And this is where it's going to be tricky. Here we go. Okay, we're down here now. I should be able to take out this glass block. And if I just hit right over here. Oh, good. There we are. And he stays there. That's awesome. And the hopper picked up the minecart. And there's some gold in there from my tests. So, okay, that looks good. So we got 2. Now we're going to do 3, 4, and 5. This should be the last one. Here we go. This has worked out pretty well once I sealed these off. So if I just get this cart out of here. Okay. And you can see it went into here. Awesome. We have the cart, and we have some of the gold that I've used for testing. Let's fill this back up. And now they are all 5 in here. I'll need to clean this up, and I'll do that in just a moment. But what I want to do now is I want to run a little test, because I know that some of these things have some stuff in here that I've dropped. Might be some test materials, there's some gold and stuff. And that's fine. We're going to go and test this out right now by putting, first of all, we got to build our hopper minecart back. And there we go. Okay. And we're going to put that up here. Okay, now it should be distributing something there. I'm not sure why. Is there something in it? Probably is some gold. And it's not stopping because I forgot to put the glass back. I had to break this for a second. So I wonder if I can see this and do this properly up here. There it is. Okay. So now it should stop. That's what we want to see. So now we have to basically put in a whole bunch of gold and see if these guys start working. And here's the chest. Let's put a stack of gold. And there we go. And okay, you can see it's kicking over. And they all got their gold. And they're all very happy here. And they drop their items. There we go. And they go into the chest, and they should be getting another set. And they do. All the way at the end, and these guys are still working great. Now, there are stuff flowing on top, and that's okay. That's going to happen. I don't really care about that so much because I'm going to be sealing these guys off in just a second. And you saw that from my video where I just pushed a block on top of their thing. And that way things won't escape out of there. This is just a quick test, though, and it's working. In a redstone testing world, I have set this up. If you can imagine from what you just saw, the 5 different piglin trading areas as their chests, they get funneled into these 5 droppers. And just like the system up here, we're going to use the cobwebs to group the items together. I basically, I didn't say copied, but I use that as inspiration for this design here. It does the same kind of thing, and it works really well and pushes out across the items that we'd have filtered. Now, this one up here, though, is triggered by the items coming down. I decided not to do that. I just said it's on a permanent clock. It'll just go on forever, just like that. So that's all it does. So you can see here, if we put in some items, you put some items here. This is just as a test of things that would be dropping from the piglins. Okay. You can see they're dropping them down, which is what we kind of expected. But because, you know, it might be done dropping up there, if you use that system that's up there, this little stair step piston thing would stop. And we don't want that because I want these drops to be working. So you can see it kind of push them out. And then it goes down here. Goes down there. And then it pushes out and across. Just like what we've been seeing before. So I'm going to build this now over in the real world. My real world being the Minecraft world. And see how that goes. I finished building the machine that does the sorting of the piglin drops. So here it is. And here's a line of chests. Now this is going to be inside of a room or a building here. I haven't done any of that yet, and we'll do that probably in a little bit. But you can see here, it does sort out the various resources pretty well. Now, because I had been testing this up here, these chests were filled with items, so they came out rather fast, faster than what normally would happen. And so these sorting systems could not keep up. So you'll see things like gravel here, whereas the gravel should be over into this chest here. That was just because, like I said, it went too fast. But I've got plenty of overload so I can make sure I get any of the other drops, like potions and that kind of thing that doesn't stack. So you can see we got lots of potions and ender pearls, which we don't need really because of the ender. We have some soul speed boots. We've got different books. That's pretty cool. So that's working fantastic. And it just keeps on going. So this whole system goes from getting gold into chests here. We get gold nuggets and stuff. We make gold ingots, which go to the piglins that are at this level. And then the piglins trade for all their stuff. And it comes down through here and we get their drops. So this is an entire system for the piglin trading. I think the next thing I need to do, though, is I really need to get some sort of tower built that encompasses this whole area and start to build this out. I want this to look a lot better. I don't need to really do the top part, but this part definitely should be nicer. All right, guys, this is what I've got so far. And right now, honestly, it's really just a big box. And there's not very much decorations in it. I still want to work on that, but this is what I've gotten together so far. And I had some help during a stream from Momcrafter and from Zach, so thank you guys for helping me out with that. But what we've got here is a box. Yep, it's a box. Now, along the side here, around the back, is where my hole is down to the Nether. So when a person comes in here to use the gold farm or whatever, they will come out here, and there's some sort of doorway here. And you go on up in here, and this is where all of the piglin drops are. So you can go and get your gravel or your soul sand or whatever the drops are from this system. And the mechanism is still visible, so you can watch the drops come down. I wanted to make sure I could still kind of see that. So this room here is just, like I said, it's just all the drops. I'll probably put some crafting tables in here and some other things so we can make stuff. And it looks kind of cool, but there's some more decorating I can do with that, and I plan to do that soon. Now, for now, we have this scaffolding to get us between layers. And so the next layer up here is where the piglins are. And so we've made this piglin area right here. And it's not bad. It works pretty good. You step up to get to the piglin area, and then you can access their chest, which is really being sent down below to the storage system down there. Now, I did have a bug where sometimes it seems like the minecart that runs in the back, it might only have 3 or 4 pieces, not 5. And so this guy, and sometimes this guy, most of this guy may not have gold in his dropper when the signal stone comes to kickstart it. And so he would never get all his trades started. He just would just sit there. So around the back here, I created this button here that I can manually kickstart. Because what happens is when this whole repeater line comes across, it forces this change, which forces this to engage those droppers. Well, this line here also forces the droppers to work. So I can, if I see it somehow messed up, I can run around the corner and fix that. And that works out pretty well. And it's looking pretty good. I like the design and the gold trim. I think this will work. We just need to work on it a little more and make it look better. And then up here is the top layer, which is where the gold happens. And this needs a lot more work. Right now, I've got some sort of like a balcony area. And so this scaffolding doesn't reach. So we need to figure something out with stairs or with more scaffolding or ladders or something. But anyway, this is the area where you have lots of gold nuggets and other gold things. And you put them with a crafting table into nuggets. Like if I grab a whole bunch of these, let's just do this right now. Grab a whole bunch of these, we'll make some gold. just like that. And we're going to throw them into here. And the whole system's kick-starting, and you'll hear some droppers here going pretty quick. There they go. I can get down this way. And you can see they're like looking at their goal. They drop it. It goes down in. Everything works great. And now the system below is going nuts as the drops come through. So it's working, and it's working fantastic, and I'm really happy about it. I still have a lot of work to do, but I've run out of time. The video has been really delayed, and I really need to get it done. So I think I'm going to cut the video here and get to editing. Hopefully get this video out today. Okay, guys? So, yeah, that's about it. I sure hope you like this video. If you do, please click that like button. If you have any comments, put them down in the comments section. And if you'd like to be notified of the videos that I produce, please subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to hit the little bell icon so you get all the notifications, okay? Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.